We have 3 years to win a championship. But this is our starting quarterback. Jaquez Cobb doesn't have much room for improvement, but this is who we're rolling with in season 4. We need to find someone else in recruiting. I have found a 5-star quarterback, Tyler Huntley. Is that the name of the Ravens quarterback? This one's white, but his stats are incredible. 95 throw power. I want him on our team. We have a lot of gems that we can go after in recruiting too. I'm not going to say any of these players are going to matter that much because we already have our foundation, but you never know when they could fill in as a 4-star gem. For a quick update, if no one's seen, like if you're just coming into the rebuild for the first time, we are going into season 4 with East Carolina. All right, I think we're ready for our first game of the year against North Carolina. 5 overall is better. I'm hoping it goes well. And just looking at our schedule, there's not as many ranked teams on it as last season, so we might be a playoff team. That's kind of the main goal. First game of season number 4, we are starting up 7-0. If there's anything I'm noticing already, it's that our defense is insane. They have 0 points in the 4th quarter. They couldn't score to end the game either. We're going to win this first one 20-0. That is another rivalry win for East Carolina, which we want to see. I'm curious about who won player of the game. It was Cobb, our sophomore QB. Now that we can finally put our hours on players, this is what the recruiting board is looking like. We have some 5-star linebackers we're going after, but mainly just 4-star gems. And of course, Tyler Huntley, the quarterback that we need for the future. I want to land him so bad. So coming off of a win now, we're going into our next game at South Carolina, but I think we should be fine here too. We cannot lose to South Carolina. I'm not liking how this game has started. I almost threw a pick. And I think Jimmy is going on a streak. Play action. Fake out the defense. We are not going to have enough time to get it out. Losing to South Carolina is not ideal. 3rd and 8, end of the 3rd quarter now. I don't know what button this is even. Playing on the road is super difficult. There's actually no way. Through sim so far, Cobb has thrown 4 interceptions. No wonder we're losing. Maybe he's not the answer at quarterback, and we do need to sign that 5-star gem. Though I think Jimmy has them beat deep. And please don't be inaccurate. Oh my gosh. They're literally trying to give us free touchdowns here, coming out with coverage like this. Pressing our fastest receivers. I think we can thread the seam, or I can throw a pick to them. We should have had it completed last time anyway. I've already seen enough out of Jaquez Cobb. This is a 4th and 2. If we don't pick this up, game is over. Please hold on to the ball. Thank goodness. We have all 3 of our timeouts left, so technically this game is not over. If we can pull off a 16-point comeback in a minute and a half, that would really change this entire season. I don't think it's happening with this quarterback, though. I think we've been blessed over the last couple seasons because this is clearly going to be a bit of a struggle this year. I mean, Cobb could still come out and deliver a dot if he wasn't getting sacked. It's always these road games that give us the issues, though. Like the corner route is open, but he just didn't put enough on it. Wait, am I blind? We only have 2 timeouts. Okay, never mind. This game's over. We're not coming back. It doesn't matter if we score on this drive. I don't know what I saw to see 3 timeouts. I mean, we already know I'm blind just based off of the reads that I make. Though this is a good one, we're going to need an onside kick. I mean, the 2-point conversion matters too, just to still have a chance. We're going to pitch it, get into the end zone. But it all comes down to this right here. Will East Carolina have a chance to come back against the Gamecocks still? No, they catch the ball. It is sad to lose our first SEC conference game, especially to South Carolina. At the moment, the playoffs aren't looking as likely. We can still lose like 2 more games though because we play in the SEC. This one's just going to be tough too. If we can't beat the Longhorns in our black jerseys, then we're not ever going to take them down. We even got a night game. We have the home field advantage. This team is actually set up for a terrible season if it's 20-0 to Texas at the moment. We're going to struggle all year. We might actually have to bench Cobb and just hope that Tyler Huntley actually commits here. I mean, throwing an interception isn't going to help, but this game is pretty much just over. Keep in mind, on paper, it said we were a 92 overall. I don't know how we're going to turn things around with this team. I really don't. I have one idea of something that could work. I didn't want to go to it because I like to develop the young players, but if we know Cobb isn't the future anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to start our senior quarterback. Instead, Raheem Jeter's going to be out there, and we're also going to switch up the playbook. Kansas State's is not working for us. We're going to go over to Clemson's, and we're going to hopefully hopefully play a little bit better. This defense also can change up a bit. This whole team is cooked. We might as well just go to season 5. That's how bad everybody is playing. All of these losses have caused some of our players to want to transfer. I guess we should have expected that. But whether or not we can bounce back all starts against Georgia State. If we don't win this game, we are officially cooked. You might as well just relegate us back to the American Conference if we lose to Georgia State here. It's looking good right now. We have a lead in the second half, though now it's kind of close. Are you kidding me? We actually have to step in to hold Georgia State, an 0-2 team. It is 20-16. This is a big 3rd and 20, and we got to get this interception. Are you serious? I'm not sure what has happened to this team, but the entire season is going downhill. They're taking a lead. At least we scored a touchdown after that, and we can get another right here. But I just can't believe what we're doing. This is with a new quarterback as well. Like, there might actually be no answers for having a successful season. 3rd and 10, we're going to take the drag. I kind of want to go for it on 4th down if we don't pick this up, but we do. And come on, let's get to 2-possession lead. We're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. If we blew this now, I'd be very disappointed. I don't see that happening, though. I think we've come out on top. There it is. We're back to 2-2. We're also getting our first commits. That's a good thing to see. We need good news at the moment. We can now put more points on some of these other players. North Carolina is trying to come back. I think what I'm going to have to do is just schedule them for visits. We cannot be sending the house either on Tyler Huntley at this point. We've got to be selling him heavily on our school. I think Tennessee is going to be our huge visit week. If we can beat the #1 team in the country, we're going to get a lot of really, really good commits. Ole Miss is next on our schedule. They're an 86, so we have the overall advantage here. We're going to have to close this one out. 2nd and 3. Okay. This is our chance to bounce back. At the moment, we're down by 3 in the 4th quarter, but they're coming out pressing. This can't end well for them. I have 2 of our fastest players on streaks, and we should be getting more open than we did there. This is still a salvageable year. Salvageable. I can't speak. I think our running back should be able to get open here, or I'm going to throw a blind read. I think we pretty much have to finish the season undefeated to make the playoffs. We're not going to make the SEC championship because we've already lost 2 conference games. They're about to get a sack here, and I cannot choke this on the goal line. I'm taking this drag route. Jeter, our new quarterback, doesn't have the drag route open. This is the smart decision. I don't normally do the smart thing, but we cannot lose. If it's still all tied up with 2 minutes left and we have the ball, we're doing just fine. We can't not pick up this 3rd and 10, though. We're going to the running back was the smart move. We might just settle for a field goal as well from this point, though there's a flag. Like, ideally, we could chew the clock and kick a field goal, but the holding puts us back. They still have all 3 of their timeouts left, and there's nowhere to go. They're not calling timeouts, though, which is kind of interesting. I have hit them with the play action. They guarded the corner route, so we just had to go over to the flat. This is very important that we don't mess this up right here. I had no time. I'm going to play defense. Don't you worry, but I'm probably going to give up a field goal in the process. With a minute left on the clock, we're probably giving up a touchdown, not even 3. I mean, we're going to have to get an interception or work them. We're playing at home too, but that holding call just ruined the entire possession we just had. We'll see if we can get them off the field, but it's not looking likely. Whenever they hit you with that spread formation, it's very difficult to stop. They're continuing to come out in it too. I'm going to man up somebody and just hope for the best. We're going to get the sack. That's big. They still have plenty of time, though. The stadium pulse, I'm pumping them up. You can see that with Merrill Jr. Now they might make a bad read. No, instead they go underneath. No, there's a fumble. Pick it up. We're winning. Our defense clutched up. There's nothing. There's no challenging it. They have no timeouts. I don't know how that ball was forced loose. I didn't want them to look at it again, though. Oh my gosh. We have done it. We're going to 3-2. Season is saved. I didn't think it was possible, but we have continued to win. We're also going to sign a 4-star because of the win. I'm hoping that we don't start losing out on battles, though. I don't understand why that's made more of our defensive players want to transfer more. It makes no sense. We're ranked again. Right now, Georgia's coming back for Tyler Huntley as well. This is really going to come down to whether or not we beat Tennessee, though he's going on a visit there this week, which is not going to help our case. We should also beat Arkansas. If they're 1-3, 0-2 in conference play, this is set up for us to have success. So far, Arkansas is keeping it close, which worries me. It does worry me, but I think we can pull away still. 23-16. Do not give up touchdowns. Come on. I'm going to have to step in, aren't I? I am going to have to step in. This is far from ideal, actually. Razorbacks keeping it within 3, Scary, but we're going to hold them on third down. And what happened? I simmed the punt return. How did they score? Oh, great. Raheem Jeter got intercepted for a touchdown that first play. Perfect. I thought we could handle trying to run out the clock. Evidently not. Evidently I have to play every snap with this team or we're just going to be terrible. I can't. I've built a good roster, and this is the worst team we've ever had. I'm going to the fade route on 3rd and 4. I'm not sure we've used one this season yet, though it didn't really get open, so we're going to have to go for the aggressive catch? Are you serious? Did he just get his hands on it and fall over? How do you not hold on to that football right there? I am so confused with this team. If we're going to come out on top, this has to be the final drive. I don't want it to come down to our defense again. That's why Chew Clock is on. I'm going to give Clark a chance to redeem himself, though that wasn't really open. Big 3rd and 7. I need enough time in the pocket to get this ball out, and that's what we have gotten. Are you serious? They ripped it out? No. You're telling me he was able to go up for this catch, bring it into his chest, hold on to it for 3 seconds, and then lose it. I've already accepted we're losing this game. I don't know what I'm seeing at this point. That is zone coverage. I'm going to just take the sack. Let's run commit. Let's hope we can use our 3 timeouts to get the ball back. I am so disappointed right now. We literally had a touchdown in the end zone. Our player just dropped the ball, but I think we're getting it back. I'm not sure if the computer is risky enough to throw it on 3rd and 15 or not. They aren't. We're stopping the run. There we go. All right. Minute left on the clock. The fact that we're going to lose this game, if we do, is not my fault. We were winning until the CPU threw a pick. Like, we had full control of this game. I sim 1 offensive snap, and all of a sudden, we are losing. We don't have a fast quarterback. I don't want to throw an interception, so that seemed to be the better option. This is cover 3, though they come back to play the ball. I have a plan. It's only going to work if we get a certain defense out there, but I have a plan. And it might work. The fade route. Don't tell me that ball's been underthrown. Keep on going, Clark. To the crib. That's how you beat Arkansas. I guess the game isn't entirely over. We still have to get a defensive stop. We did it last week, trying to pump up the crowd. They literally almost faked me out there like they were actually going to run the ball. We can still close this one out. Please do not give up anything dumb. I saw something open. All we have to do here is swat it down. There we go. This is how you keep the hopes of the playoffs alive. Coming up clutch at the end. That throw's not reaching the end zone. It is over. This is the run we needed out of East Carolina. They might be close wins, but our season is saved. We got our first 5-star commit. As a linebacker, we really needed that. I'm happy to see. I think we lost 2 battles, though. No. Tyler Huntley chose Georgia over us because he went on a visit there before he came to our school. I should have scheduled him for the Arkansas game. That was our future quarterback. Instead, we're going to have to start another mama. I mean, I guess he's going to commit. I might want to get another option, too. There's still a 5-star available. If I've learned anything from the past, you want to have as many options at QB as possible that are out there. This is literally going to determine whether or not we can win a championship at East Carolina, I think, because we've already seen that Cobb isn't the answer. So we need to have like 3 or 4 different options that we could potentially start. We have the chance to scout like 5 more quarterbacks, and I'm not going to pass up that opportunity. I'm not happy with our current situation. There's a gym. That's another gym. We should feel good about him. Or one of the 3 gyms that we sign has to turn out to be good, right? Like one of them has to be good. At the moment, we're 9th in the SEC. The season is still savable, though. We're just going to have to beat Tennessee, who's a 90. It's hard to have hope when with 3 minutes left, we're down by 4 points. We were doing really well. All of a sudden, everything just collapsed. Yeah, we've been bailed out just based off of the fact that it's 1st and 20. They must have had holding on the play that I simmed. It's going to have to be another comeback, though. I don't like that they're spreading our defense out, especially when they're just trying to hand the ball off. This spread attack is giving me nightmares as well. It is so difficult to stop. They're running it, they're punting it back to us. We have another chance to have a game-winning drive. I don't like how many game-winning drives we've had to have this season so far, but at least we still have the opportunity. It would be stupid to not have at least one fade route out there on the field, though they're not going to get open every time. We probably shouldn't be going for the highlight play, though when they're pressing our super fast 90 overall receiver, you would think that it would work for us. There's been a flag. I think it's on them. It is. That means we're going to get an additional 15 yards because they hit our quarterback late. I'm literally throwing to our halfback angle route on this play, whether he's open or not. I don't think they're going to be expecting the option in this situation, so it might not hurt us to just run the ball one time, pitch it over, one guy to make miss. That speed boost is insane. Keep on going. I'm not sure how he's the starting running back because I definitely started the sophomore. But if he's going to look like this, I'll take it. I almost need to start chewing the clock before we hike the ball. With all of these injuries as well, I'm not surprised that we're struggling. I knew that we had players going down. I'm a little bit nervous for how this play is going to go. Halfback screens are so inconsistent. I mean, I thought we had plenty of time to get that ball out. Now we're just going to hit our running back in the flat, and I can't go into the end zone yet. That might not have been the right decision. It could come back to bite me. I really hope it doesn't come back to bite me, though. Hand it off. Touchdown. Touchdown. We might still give up a huge play considering they're coming out in this spread formation, but I just have to hope that we don't. The seam was going to always be open. I don't like whenever they're passing out of that. No field goal for Tennessee. They have the timeouts. If they get a big enough play, they're going to be in range. 3, 2, 1. Wait. Make sure time runs out. We're good. We're winning. I'm actually clutching up in this season. Our playoff hopes still stay alive. Jeter was the right decision to put at quarterback. Even if he's a senior, he's just going to fill in for this season. Mama has committed, so we do have one option at quarterback next year too. I don't like that Notre Dame stole the 5-star linebacker, but that's kind of just how it plays out when you go after 5 stars. That's why we didn't target more than one this year that we're actually going to get. We're currently number 12 in the country. SEC championship hopes probably not going to happen still, but we're playing Alabama at home, and I better check out the rest of our schedule. Looks like we have Wake Forest, which we should win, Texas A&M, which we should win, but we play at Auburn. That's going to be tough. We could legitimately win out still. Let's finish this season strong. Alabama has nothing on us, even though they're a 92 overall, just like we are. We have a 7-3 lead. We have our answer at QB for the year, and he's going to lead us down the field for 3. This is such a big matchup. It is our time to shine. Down by 10 in the 4th quarter. I've clutched up all these other games. Going for it on 4th and down already is a little aggressive, but it worked. It's not done. Season is not done. I think we could even lose a game still and make the playoffs. That's the point that we've gotten to. Big 4th and 2. Jet touch pass. This is what we have to go with. Come on. Get to the outside. We'll pick it up. That's fine with me. Every time we get on 3rd down, the pressure is really on, though we should have a touchdown right here, and it wasn't placed where I put it. All of these 3rd and 4th downs are very nerve-wracking, though we continue to move it. I refuse to go down at this point in the year. We're not losing to Bama. It's just not going to happen. Keep on fighting. That should be a touchdown, and then we should be able to get a stop, though we let them score. I mean, there's still 9 minutes left, so it's not like we can't get 2 touchdowns in that time frame. That was such a dot, but it was dropped. They get another field goal. Man-to-man coverage, we would have had him deep if we just blocked. Our left tackle literally didn't pick up their edge rusher right there. Big 3rd and 15. Jimmy is getting pressed so badly that, yeah, that's a pick. Go ahead. Take the pick, Alabama. You're better. You're better than us. Somehow it's not completely over. Down 2 possessions, 2 minutes left, 3 timeouts. We're going to need a lot to go our way. I mean, their press is just going crazy. I have never seen Jimmy get held like this before. But he can't get open versus that cornerback. I can't even trust him to get open on the comeback. We've really met our match right here. This lets me know that we still have a lot of improving to do with East Carolina in the next couple of years. That's deflected into an interception because our tight end couldn't hold on to the ball, and Alabama's taking us down. From here on out, we really can't lose. An SEC school going 9-3 still makes the playoffs, but we have to make sure we don't lose another game for sure. We play Wake Forest next. We're not losing to Wake Forest. I mean, Wake Forest is a freebie. It's just the rest of our schedule that still concerns me a bit. Just the fact that we're struggling with 1-7 Wake Forest, though, like that lets me know this team isn't on the level that it needs to be, even if we do win this game. I mean, we're down by 11 points with 5 minutes left. Somehow our team just collapsed in the 4th quarter, and I don't care. I'm going to send it to Jimmy. They don't have a cornerback that can stop Jimmy. We're not losing. We're struggling to close out versus Wake Forest. We have to stop them on this 3rd and 10. Our stadium pulse isn't even that effective with the game on the line because of how bad of a year we've been having, though that pass was almost a dot. Pretty much just a minute to win this game. I'm not kicking the field goal. We're either beating Wake Forest or we're losing. I refuse to go to overtime with Wake Forest, especially when they can't even hold Jimmy's jockstrap. I mean, he just ran by them again. I think we're going to close it out. If they only have 13 seconds, I mean, I just gave up a huge play, but they only have 8 seconds to reach the end zone. I'm really not that concerned. What is 47 doing out there on the field? Look at this kid. He is so chunky. I mean, this guy is twice the size of Crutchfield over here. There's no way that that is their tight end. Please, Throw him the ball. I swear, if he's able to catch this and win, I'd lose my mind. He's like 100 pounds overweight for his position. We've come out on top. All right, we have a linebacker committing. That's all that we really need at this point. We're just going to sign extra players from here on out. It's not like we need anybody. How the rest of the year goes really just comes down to whether or not we can beat teams like Texas A&M. I mean, 9-3 SEC schools do make the playoffs. That's why I'm feeling confident. But at the same time, we struggled against Wake Forest, so I'm fully expecting us to just come out and get beat by 30 in one of these final few games. 24-10. That's a big win, actually. We held the Aggies to something that wasn't a close game. I don't have to close out a game. Auburn is 10-0. They're number 3 in the country, and we have to play them on the road. But winning this puts us in the playoffs for sure. It's the game of the week. This is our biggest game of the season. I'm really nervous for this one, though we seem to do pretty well so far in sim. I will probably step into more plays than normal, especially if it's needed since we're now losing by 10. Okay, come on. Wait, we just had the ball. Why are we on defense? I was ready to get a stop. I don't like being out there on defense. There is no guarantees I'm able to get good stops. Like, we pretty much have to hold them to a field goal here to still be in this one. They're handing it off. We should be able to get over to him, and that works. That works. It's playing on the road that makes this game so tricky. The stadium pulse through the roof. Hitch route, though. Move the chains. Just can't make any mistakes at this point in the day. Jimmy might have beat number 14 deep. I'm possession catching it. I wasn't risking anything going wrong right there. On the goal line now. We're going to have the RPO. No! No, number 12 stayed up. I want to cry. I want to cry. I thought we had it. I was so excited. We deserve to lose that right there. I almost let us back, but no, I have choked at the end. I'm not surprised we lost, though. Raheem Jeter had 5 total interceptions. We're ready to set this team up for season number 5, I guess. We'll get more commits. More quarterback options is good. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about to end this season is finding out what overalls we have at QB next year. You should get benched for throwing 5, but he's not going to. I can't believe we went from number 9 in the country to being dropped out of the top 25 though. This screen says top 25, the other screen doesn't have us ranked. QB play is what caused our season to be bad, but I tried everything in the last few years to get good prospects in and no one committed. If you looked over the last few years, you would see that we've gone after a lot of different good quarterbacks. It's just we've lost all those recruiting battles. Even this year, we couldn't get the 5-star off of Georgia, so now we have to hope that one of those 4-star gyms is actually good. Don't tell me we're choking this either. Don't tell me we're going to choke this. I don't have any care to even try to finish it out. We're going to get the win. This is exactly what I'm talking about too. This scrambler quarterback just chose Alabama over us. Thankfully, he wasn't a gym. Thankfully, we already got this one and the others should be committing. But that's the thing. Like, the good quarterbacks just don't choose us. Like, my point got proven instantly. Alabama's going to take that athlete. Could I be going after more 4-stars? Probably. Do we need them? Not really. We finished 8th in the SEC. Mid-table is simply not good enough. I'm ready for the transfer portal. We've made the bowl game against Maryland, okay? And we won the award for the best interior lineman, even though he only started 6 games for us. He literally played in 6 games. How did he win the best lineman in the country? It sure didn't help our quarterbacks play any better. Rushing-wise, we did nothing, so it didn't help our rushing attack either. And receiving, we almost had 2,000-yard receivers. Jimmy is obviously going to be on top. We do have elite dev on this 5-star linebacker. That is a good sign. Star dev on Mama, the quarterback. We needed that. Elite dev on this 95 speed player. Star here on the corner. I mean, this class should end up being pretty solid. I'm curious about this quarterback. He just has impact. We're going to wrap up the season with our bowl game against Maryland, and then we have to figure out what our overalls of our quarterbacks are next year with the transfer portal. At least it looks like we're going to dominate in this bowl game and pick up another win. 35-16. That is going to be it for our senior quarterback, though, and we're going to have a new one starting next year. Time to see who's leaving. Who wants nothing to do with East Carolina? We have 5 players trying to leave. Diablo wants to go to the draft early. We're going to convince him to come back. There's no way he doesn't stay. It's just these junior transfers that think they're better than the program. They're deciding to actually leave us. Failed twice in a row. It's okay. We don't need him. I want this freshman linebacker, if anything, and he's also gone. So we just lost 4 players to the transfer portal. Then in graduation, there's like 20 players that are leaving. So pretty much we're losing almost our entire starting lineup, I feel like. Let's see. What do the draft results have? We put 2 players onto the NFL. That will at least help our pro potential. I'll take it. I really don't even think we need to go crazy in the transfer portal because, yeah, all of these options of players that want to transfer to our school are rated way too low. They would never see the field for us. So I'm not touching on anything really. The only thing I'm going to touch on is making sure that these final guys commit. Duke's beating us on a prospect. Do we really need him? No. My ego's too big to let Duke beat us out for somebody. So we're going to hard sell. I want that 2-star quarterback. We can look at the dev traits of some of these players real quick. Like this quarterback, I'm curious. He's an elite dev. So Amani Thrash might end up starting for us. He is Platinum Road Dog. That's a big signing actually. We took a gamble, elite on this linebacker. Okay, right now Amani is the highest overall that we have, but we haven't moved the athletes over to QB yet. So who's playing quarterback for us? I know Mama is. Mama says he's starting at a 75, so that's not better. We've recruited 2 others, but like he's 6'5". I might just want to put him at something else like tight end. We have a couple good running backs to go between. All of these receivers are deep threats, so they're not going to make for a good running back. I'm not going to move any of them over. Tight end is taken care of for the next 2 seasons. Do we have a right guard? We don't have a single right guard on roster. We did need some depth. Whoever said we needed depth was very correct. This is really it right here. Training results. Come on. Make sure we're good going into season 5. 91 overall. But I think this roster's better than what we had last season. Overall just doesn't calculate correctly. Amani Thrash is going to finish out the final 2 years for us. He's an elite dev quarterback, 6'3", 4-star from Houston, Texas. His accuracies can go up. His throw power can go up. Everything can still improve, even his quickness. I'm excited to see how he develops. I mean, this team is looking good. If we can't make it to the playoffs next year, there's a serious issue. We have a 96 speed, 96 overall wide receiver.